Okay, so now that we have everything set up, all we gotta do is start our database and then start our server and then run our iOS project and see it all connect and work. Okay, so first thing we gotta do is to go and cd into where our ngrok was installed so we could use ngrok to create a tunnel and route our local domain to the public web to test our server, right? Okay, so let's do the following, right? To start the ngrok tunnel. So we'll do dot dash, or not dash, sorry, backslash ngrok http, too many T's, then http localhost, okay, and then 8080. All right, so now you see we have a forwarding URL here, very important. So let's copy that, okay? And next we will go to um, open a new tab in our terminal and cd into where our server's application is, right? Vapor application. So let's go back to our Vapor application right here. Let me stop that, I was running it earlier. Okay. Okay, so let's start with the, if you go into the docker-compose YAML file, you'll see that there is the following, right, to run. So I had it run previously, so I'm going to wipe my database, just start clean, because if you don't, there will be an error that pops up. So when you start, if you want to start clean, just, start doing with the docker compose down -v to wipe the database. So I'll do that first. So docker compose down and then wipe the database. All right, there we go. See, as you can see, remove the following. Okay, now we can do docker. Oh, actually, before we do that, we actually need to start docker. But I think I have docker running already. Perfect. Okay, I do have docker running already. So this is very important as well to make sure your docker application is running and the engine is running. So let's start up the database now. So docker compose up database. All right, and there we go. It says database system is ready to accept connections. Okay, so from here, we will grab that URL that we had from ngrok, go to our server application and go to our configure. And then this is where we will put our URL in the following. So it will configure the WebAuthn manager, right, on our server side. And then we'll start up and hopefully there isn't any errors. Let's see. Allow this. All right, perfect. No errors right here. Okay, and then from here we can run our iOS app and well, first we got set it up first before we run it. So let's go to our iOS app here. Okay, so two things we need to set up, right, for the URL. So let's go to our WebAuthn account manager here and then make sure to change the domain to that URL, forwarding URL from ngrok, and make sure there is a backslash right here as well. This is very important. And then right here in our application under signing and capabilities, if you don't see associated domains right here, you can go to editor and add the capability and type in associated domains. Or you could also have to make sure you have it set up in a Apple developer program or your account. So under domains, you can you have to set up the following, right? So you have to put web credentials and then semicolon, and then at the very end, put the URL, and then you don't need the backslash on that. Okay, and then from there, let's start our app. And just to show you on QuickTime, let me record this. All right, so let's start the app and hopefully nothing crashes. Okay, so here we go. We got the app up and running. So you have your sign in here, traditional sign in, but we're going to be signing in with our passkeys, right? As you can see the button right there. And just show you this is our create account with our traditional login. But if you click the sign up with passkey options, they'll lead you to the just a username text field, right? So let's start with that. So let's do user one, right? As an example. And then if we click sign up, you see the UI pops up for the AS authorization, right? To sign up with with a passkey and save in your iCloud. So click continue, and then it'll use my biometrics, which is my face, to sign up and generate a passkey. So let's click on continue and see the magic. All right, as you can see, it led to our main view controller. So that means everything worked with the registration, and then after it successfully registered, it checked against our server, and server says everything's good, and now we're in the main view controller. So we can sign out, and then just to show you um, that we can, sign in with our passkeys. We'll click on sign in with passkeys. As you can see, it says, do you want to sign in with your passkey for user one? So we click continue, uses our face, and there we go. Now it is successfully signed in. And let's say, another person creates an account, right? So we could try user two instead. And you can, create multiple passkeys, right? So let's try this. Continue. All right. Sorry, a notification came up. And there we go. And we can sign out here. And if you click sign in with passkeys, this time it'll give you an option, right, to sign in with user one or user two, right? So let's try user two. So there we go. All right. And that's it. And it's, has successfully signed in. And just to show you that everything works on the database side and our credentials are saved, we'll open up Azure Data Studio. Just to show you. Okay. And I had this previously, so you could just ignore that. Hopefully this, sometimes a little buggy. There we go. Now it's turned screen. So if we look into our database and look into our users, you can see we have user one and user two. Look into our WebAuthn credentials. We also have our users right here, but it's encoded differently. So uh, fluent migrations, you can see a little bit more on the timestamp. Okay, and just to go back right here to show you, right? Let's say we want to delete our user two. We can click delete account, and hopefully everything goes well. There we go. I successfully deleted account. Maybe I should add like a loading spinner just to show the user that it's working, like and checking with the server. If you go back to our users, there we go. Now you can see that user two is no longer there and it's just user one. So next time we sign in with our passkeys, it'll still have user two. So this you will just have to delete directly with on your iOS settings under passwords, and you can delete that passkeys. But the passkeys, as you can see, or sorry, the credential, as you can see, has already been deleted on the database. So you just had to manually delete it from your phone. And yeah, so that should be it. And as you can see, we successfully gone through the whole setup of the database using Vapor, and also just the setup on Passkeys or WebAuthn service, the WebAuthn service on our iOS project, right? So that's it, and I hope everything makes sense. If I'm missing any other steps, let me know. And yeah, thanks for listening.